What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Week 5 in the NFL, and I've got my favorite moneyline predictions coming your way. We've been doing pretty good on this so far. I think I'm at about 68%, and week 1 really helped that out with the 16-0 sweep. So let's look for another sweep. I think I got some good bangers. First, we're going to start off with the Vikings heading to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Or actually, they're not going to Cleveland. This is an overseas game where the Browns are the underdog. And we're going to keep to my pattern and we're going to pick the underdog for overseas games. So, that being said, I'm sticking with the Browns. Let's go. Then the first game in the U.S., 10 o'clock Sunday morning, the Cowboys headed to New York to take on the 0-4 Jets. Honestly, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game because neither one of these teams have a good defense, but I feel like the Cowboys are going to come out with the win. And then we've got the Giants heading to New Orleans to take on another 0-4 team in the Saints. This one, short and sweet, Giants for the win. I think they're have a way better defense, so look for them to put Spencer Rattler in a mess. And then we've got my Las Vegas Raiders heading to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. I really don't even want to talk about this game, but because the Raiders are frustrating to watch if you're a Raiders fan. So I want to skip it, but just inevitably, realistically, we're going to take the Colts for the win. And then we've got the Dolphins heading to Carolina to take on the 1-3 Panthers. With all the Dolphins injuries, I'm going to stick with the Panthers for the win. And then one of the best matchups this weekend, the Broncos head to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. This game, I was on the fence on. I couldn't figure out who I wanted to pick. This one's really going to come down to third down conversions. Whoever can continually get third down conversions and keep moving the ball down the field, I feel like they're going to win the game. But there's nobody that's been able to stop the Eagles so far, so we're going to stick with the Eagles for the win. And then next, we've got the Texans heading to Baltimore to take on an injured and struggling Ravens team with no Lamar Jackson, and I think Derrick Henry's fumbled the ball in every game he's played so far. It seems like it because he's on my fantasy team, and we've been struggling. So that being said, with all those obstacles against the Ravens and the Texans coming up, I think they're finally starting to find their way. They have a really strong defense, and the offense is really starting to click. So I'm going to pick the Texans to win. Next, we've got the Titans heading to Arizona to take on the 2-2 Cardinals. The Titans are a terrible team, and the Cardinals look to bounce back after a tough loss to the Chargers last week where it came down to the end. So we're going to stick with the Cardinals for the win. And then we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. This was a hard one for me too. I like Baker Mayfield and I like what the Bucs can do, but every time it's come down to it, it seems like the Seahawks come away with the win. They look better. They had a tough loss last week, and I think it's going to leave a bitter taste in their mouth. So look for the Seahawks to come back and win this game. Next, we've got the Lions heading to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. This one's going to be short and sweet. Without Burrow, the Bengals are just a different team. They struggle on offense, and they've never had a good defense. So we're going to stick with the Lions for the win. And then we've got the Commanders heading to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. This is another one I was on the fence about because Jaden Daniels is coming back, and the Chargers are looking like they might start doing some Charger stuff and lose games that they should win. But with Jaden Daniels coming back off injury, I'm going to stay away from it for now. And we're going to stick with the Chargers for the win. And then the Sunday night matchup between the Patriots and the Bills. Josh Allen's a beast. Even though the Patriots look good right now, I don't think they're going to be able to stop Josh Allen's offense. So we're going to go with the Bills for the win. And then finally, the Monday night game, we've got the Chiefs heading to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. And last week, the Chiefs came back and showed me why I need to put respect on their name, and they came back with a big win, with Xavier Worthy being a key member of that. He's coming off injury. The Chiefs offense just went back to looking like the good old Chiefs. But I think the Jags have a better defense, and they can game plan around it. And go Raiders, no Chiefs. So that being said, we're going to stick with the Jaguars to win the game. Those are my money line picks. Let me know what you think down in the comments, who your favorite team is and your favorite pick for this week. I'm going to have a couple more videos, and hopefully we can win big so we can get some more Ultimate Autograph packages. I've got a couple to open. I might do one today. I might not. I'm trying to save them, but fingers crossed we can make some big wins this weekend. And as always, let's go Raiders! Peace out.